All right, moving into activity 4, we are at guided notes question 66. Next, you'll work to use what you learned in today's activities to compare Buenos Aires and Cape Town. So we were working with some warm water a little bit ago. Here's your reminder. Let's think back to the question we've been investigating. Investigation question: how do ocean currents affect the air temperature of the locations they pass? Okay, so guided notes question 67. Which claim did you choose and why? And describe your evidence. Okay, so 66, you're using what you learned from the sim in question 64 and applying it to Buenos Aires and Cape Town map. And you're going to answer A, B, C just based on what I showed you. Okay, and which claim is most likely true? What evidence do you have? Okay, so we're back to that. Which claim is most likely true? The ocean currents near the city will cause Buenos Aires air temperature to be the same as Cape Town's, or the ocean currents near each city will cause Buenos Aires air temperature to be different from the Cape Town air temperature. Okay, so which claim did you choose and why? Go ahead and answer question 67. Okay, moving on to key concept number 4, revise. This is guided notes question 68. Now you're welcome to scroll back and just copy and paste the initial key concept that we had in there and then just add the last part, or you can go ahead and just type the whole thing. But you need to make sure you have the revised key concept number 4 in your guided notes. When an ocean current comes from the equator, it brings warmer than expected water to the places it passes, and that water is warmer than the nearby air. When an ocean current comes from a pole, it brings colder than expected water to the places it passes, and that water is colder than the nearby air. Okay, so again, either copy and paste when we wrote the key concept before, number 4, or go ahead and just type the whole thing and pause the video. All right, going into key concept number 5, energy transfers from warmer substances to colder substances. We've learned this in past units, right? Heat transfers. Warmer currents transfer energy to cooler air, and warmer air transfers energy to cooler currents. So the heat is always what is transferring. The warm air, the warm water, or the warm air and the warm water are transferring. Okay. So let's get into lesson 2.4, modeling ocean currents and air temperature. Okay. If you are struggling to keep up, make sure you're pausing your video to get all the information down that you need. Okay. All right. So let's do some vocabulary. Guided notes question 70. Cause is an event or process that leads to a result or change. Okay? An event or process that leads to a result or change. Okay? And to go along with that, of course, we have effect, cause and effect. Effect is a result or change that happens because of an event or process. Guided notes question 71. Get that written down in your guided notes. Okay, guided notes question 72. We're going to stop on this one as soon as we finish. What determines a location's air temperature? Guided notes question 72. Okay, there can be 2 causes for one effect, okay, as we've learned. So the first cause for this one that we have listed is a location's latitude. Energy from the sun is transferred to the Earth's surface, and some of that energy is then transferred into the air. So again, the energy, the warmth from the sun is transferred to the Earth's surface, and some of that energy is transferred to the air, which means the effect is the location's air temperature. Okay. The other cause that we have here is the ocean currents, and this one's new. Locations closer to the equator receive more energy from the sun. Currents move warmer and colder air from one latitude to another, and energy is transferred between the ocean and the air to even out temperature differences. Okay, we're looking for that equilibrium, right? So the effect again is the location's air temperature. All right, so make sure you have this down in your guided notes. Okay, and when you are finished with question 72, you'll be able to move on.